An Ukwani is a man speaks, the Igbo man will understand. If the Igbo man speaks, if you listen very well, you will get 60-70% of the whole thing. So that's to tell you that the language is almost the same thing. Then, like I said, the culture, the leadership, the Obaluku system, we have no king. The real Igbo man has no king.
All right, my beautiful people, it's your boy, the X to the T and YP, the extra talented young progressive entrepreneur, the RAB refinable boy, SBGC Street Boy Gone Classic, and I'm repping the Naman TV. Well, today we are the Ukwani Local Government Secretariat, and this is Ukuani. We are here to do our normal tradition, go into the cities, into the communities, meet indigenous people right here, and get to interview them and find out firsthand their origin. Are they Igbos? But the thing that is really fascinating about these people are they bear Igbo names, Igbo titles, Igbo tradition and cultures and everything. So, but then they don't normally identify as Igbos. But we will be finding out exactly their own story. So join me as we do this. Thank you and God bless. So I will give you the pleasure of introducing yourself and also the town that we are in now.
Okay. This is Obiaruko.
Okay.
My name is Oshilim Augustine.
Oshilem
Augustine.
Augustine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is Obiaruku in Ukwani local government area.
Local government area.
All right. Thank you for having us right here of the Ukuani people. All right. So we've been to a lot of places. We've traveled far, but then we are specific about the places, the communities that we go to. We go to communities that has an Igbo connection, communities that speaks Igbo, but they don't identify with the Igbo people. Some identifies, but some does not. So you can understand the dichotomy there. But we are trying to throw light, shed more light in such dichotomies in order to understand the affinities these both people share. Talking about like we're here in Ukwani, talking about the Ukwani people, the affinity they share with the Igbo, general Igbo populace over across the Niger. So do you have any light, like you can tell us about the Ukwani people and their language, or if it is a dialect or if it is a language, you can tell us.
Ukwani, as a language, to me, is a dialect in Igbo language. Yes, it's true. Some of my people, I call them, I claim some of my people, believe that Okwan is not part of Igbo land, that they are different from Igbos. But to me, it's totally nonsense. It's not true. For instance, look at the culture. Before now, when the white men came, they had this set of indirect rule in Igbo land where they don't have kings, so they have to create warrant chiefs. Now, if you also look at Ukwani, you see that we don't have kings, which is the same thing like Igbo land. I believe most of the few places that have kings in Igbo land, probably like Onisha and this thing, probably may have been conquered by Benin Kingdom, just like the Aniochas and the Kars. They were conquered, and then anywhere they conquered, they put a king, and that will now change the culture of that place. So the Ukwane people were never conquered, and we maintain the Opaluku system. So the oldest man in the village is the leader, the ruler in that place. That is how it has been until this democracy start to create autonomous community, create kings that are not even respected. Because to me, as far as I'm concerned, the kings are only useful in their own house. We believe in the Opaloku system. So I believe, based on culture and what we got from our forefathers, we are Igbos. Even though some people might not anchor to that. And to me, the reasons are not far-fetched. Like I used to tell people, we are very close to the Urobos. There's every tendency that the Urobos have migrated and joined us. In fact, it's not even tendency. They are within us. Like in Obiaruku here, you have the Umuedede people. As far as I'm concerned, they are not real Obiaruku people. They migrated, but because Ukwani accept strangers, they became part of us, and so their culture will definitely affect us. And now, when they are now here with us, do you expect them to accept that they are Igbos when they are not actually Igbos? Are you getting it? So, like I said, the Obaluku system, we have no king. These things are the same thing as the Igbos. Okay, now, if we are not Igbos, why are we not speaking Bini? Why are we not speaking Urobo? Yes, there's every tendency that maybe some element of Urobo language might penetrate into Ukwani and all that. So, based on the nearness. But that doesn't also take us from the fact that we speak Ukwani, which is almost, in fact, like a dialect in Igbo language. And Ukwani is a man speaks. The Igbo man we understand. If the Igbo man speaks, if you listen very well, you will get 60-70% of the whole thing. So that's to tell you that the language is almost the same thing. Then, like I said, the culture, the leadership, the Obaluku system, we have no king. The real Igbo man has no king.
Okay. Let's come to this Opaluku before we can attend to other things. Opaluku system. Tell us about Opaluku system and how it administers the affairs of the Ukwani people.
Mm, in terms of how he administers the affairs of Okwane people, the only thing I can tell you is that, like the Okbaluku, before you become the Okbaluku, it's not by I'm so rich or I'm the biggest chief. The Okbaluku is turn by turn in terms of age-wise. They don't drag it. So once you are the oldest person, you become the Okbaluku. And the Okbaluku, everybody respects him. What he says is final. Though, from my little knowledge, the Okbaluku has people around him like the person that speaks for him. You also have, in fact, as far as I'm concerned, Okwane people are so democratic in nature. For instance, you have the Onotuku. The Onotuku is like the prime minister. You understand? So, you have the other chiefs, the Onotus, and then whatever they deliberate, they bring before the Obaluku, and if it's acceptable and that thing is good for the community, the Obaluku accepts and then hit on that one that's what they want, and it's final.
Okay, does Ukwani people do ofo? Ofo.
For I don't understand what you mean by for, but like at the family level, I know that or for like if in every family, like in my own family now, I was opportune to see the for the day they did their one festival. I discovered one thing. After all those second burial and all those things, there's a stage you will do it finally. So you get to a stage whereby you have a four that will be placed at the Indike place. It's like the juju of that kindred. You understand?
What do you call it? Ndike.
Yes, Indike. You understand? Like in my own family, I was opportune to see that there's one what do you call it, bronze-like structure that has four legs. So because just recently we had a problem where we were trying to identify who is from the family and who is not from the family. So when I discovered that the real owners of the family are embedded in that bronze-like structure that have four legs, why some people that came now, when you do the rights, the normal rights, you now get a four and then they will join it. So why the real owners of the family have that bruise like structure from ancient times? Some people have a four, which they were saying that okay, because we are no longer the same family, you have to come and take your offer. So that offer is what identifies you as a member of the family, that your forefathers were part of the family. So we have the this of for something, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Let's talk about the Ukwani people and their market days. Do you practice market days?
Yes. who practice market like in Obiaruku here, their market day is in Nkwode. Every Nkwode. That
Okay,
is what.
mention it. Mention the 4 market days.
Like you have Olie for Nkwo, Eke. I think it's four. It's four now. Yes. Then you
Here,
have Eke Uku, which comes almost probably in every once in every month, just like the normal 11 months in a year traditionally, like the moon, they count the moon. Maybe every 27 days you have 1 month. I think the traditional months in Ukwani is 13. I think it's 13, just like it's 13. Then you have the Nkwo, the K, the Yoli, and the Afo. It's just divided like that.
okay, okay. The Ukwani people. Was there any migrant stories about them? Did they migrate from any person or do they migrate from any place, any other place down here, or is there people that migrated? Is there any story like that?
Yes, like in my own place, I've not tried to find out very well, but there is a story by one author. I've forgotten the name of the author who said that, like in my place is Akashada. Akashada is made up of Ijokbo, Ijonum, and Umuebu. Obiaroko is part of Umuebu and Ijonum. I mean, sorry, a part of Umuebu and Ijokbo. You understand? So there's a story that said Akashada himself never said where he came from. And they said he believes he came from heaven. He just dropped from heaven, which I don't believe. Maybe he didn't want to tell his children where he came from. But there's also another story that said Akashada came all the way from east, first settled in Asaba before he came down. Then, when he came down, the first son is Okbo, which is Ejokbo. And the second son is Onum, which is Ejonum. And the third son is Ebu, which is Umuebu. You understand? So, but with that story, how part of his children now resided in Asaba, because we have some Asian people in Asaba till tomorrow. They didn't buy their land, they are part of Asaba, and they are there till tomorrow. So they said he moved that way, probably stopped in Asaba, finally came to Akashada land. Then later, some people now went back to Asaba, and that is the people that is in Asaba right now.
Chai, my beautiful people, I dey beg on now. Eh? I beg. This thing when I dey do, I know so when I dey like them, I dey read the comment section and they see the appreciation. When I tell me say make I dey go. And na that thing I be my morale. Na that thing I be courage. Sometimes I go waka, I go tire, I go fear. You get some kind places when I dey fear. Like even here when I dey fear because now inside. But the courage when I dey read inside that comment section, it dey give me more morale. Say make I waka, say nothing, my people dey behind me. I beg. Waiting I really want from one. I'm gonna invite more people. Make them like this, make them follow this page. Yes, then Namen TV, make them follow them. Invite your friends, invite your family members, make them follow them. Make we fit get more people where they learn, where they understand what we dey do. I beg. The Unified Igbo project, not be just me and you. We need every person. I beg. I dey beg on. I dey beg on. Invite, share this video. I beg. And Donesta. Thank you. The eastern story of his migration before he got to Asaba was not a place was not mentioned.
No. No place was mentioned.
No place was.
No place was mentioned. The only thing we also heard again is that, like, there's a story that said, like in Obiarako now, you have the Okozo people. There's a story that said, some people say Okozo is the son of Ibu, which is the son of Akashada. Why some people said no? The Okozo people migrated from the east, came to Umuebu, and Umuebu betrayed them before the Benin Empire based on war. And out of annoyance, they came to Obiaroko. Now, there's also the story that said that the Okozo people are of three families in Obiaroko. That the first one that came from the east down to Umuebu, then down to Obiarok. And another one that came from the east down to Ijokbo and back to Obiarok. And another one that came from also the east to probably Abo and then down to here. So those are some of the migratory stories.
Okay. Here in Ukwani, it's understood. It's a well-established fact that it's an Igbo language, but a different dialect, right?
Yes, like I told you earlier, I believe we are Igbos. Because if we are not Igbos, why the Igbo language and why is the traditional setting almost exactly like that those ones you found across the
Okay.
Niger?
Talking about these traditional settings, what kind of settings are you really
Like the
talking
lack
about?
of king, the Obaluku system. You understand? I've also made mention of when the white men came, there was no king. They were living just like that. So it was difficult for them to gather the people and give authority. And so they have to create warrant chiefs. And that is exactly what is obtainable here.
Okay. Okay. Tell us about the festivals of the Ukuani people. Like, yes.
Well, I'm not be festival person, no, but then I know when we were small and even till now, even though the whole thing is dying down, probably because people are trying to blindly embrace Christianity. I know when we were small, there's this Okumeshi festival.
Okumesh.
Ukumeshi festival, from my understanding, the Ukumeshi festival is all about the river Ukumeshi. Um, the blessings, maybe it's a time they appreciate the blessings he brought to the land. You understand? I can remember when we were small, when I used to witness it. They dance. It's a time they dance around the town and probably use people that did bad to sing. Like if you are a thief, if you sleep outside your husband's house, and all those bad things, they will use you to sing. And I think it's a way of trying to correct those things so that if you are ashamed that they will use you to dance, you will not do bad.
Okay, when you do something sacrilegious in the land, now
Yes.
these people will now use you and formulate one song and be
Yes,
singing.
they will use you every year. They will keep on repeating it.
Yeah, this is another practice in with some Imo communities.
Good. So it's obtainable here with Okumeshi Festival. Then you have the Kenge Festival.
Ikenge.
Yes, Ikenge. I don't know much about the Kenge Festival apart from the fact that during the Kenge Festival we enjoy it. They require this thing. Maybe musicians will play, but all of them. Uh, One thing common with all of them is that it's a period of eating. They eat and enjoy and they dance and they, all that. So you have the Okumeshi Festival, you have the Kenge Festival, and there's one they call Oto. And that is when I think it's during the Oto Festival that every people have to serve their what do you call it? That one that Ofo is involved, the Indike something. Everybody have to serve the forefathers. I think that is Oto is associated with that one. Which other one? There may be other ones, but I'm not the festive type.
Okay, what about masquerades?
Mm, okay, good. There is this like in Asia, you have Obalabo festival.
Balabo.
Yes, my father happens to be one of those people that carried Obalabo, and his father also carried it too. You understand? When we were growing up, we were trying to push more to Christianity, so I didn't ask much when my father was doing it. I didn't like it. I didn't like how my father was doing that. But I think with time, I have to get closer to ask them what is actually involved. But in Ijobo, we are, in Obiaruku here, we don't have a Balabo festival. But in Ijobo, we have a Balabo festival. In addition to that, the Kenge and the Ukumeshi festival and the Oto and all that.
Okay, so I want to ask you, like I introduced myself and also the project, the Unified Igbo project. uh, that we are currently advocating for. Do you how do you see the Igbo man from across the Niger?
Gradually, we are advancing. I see the Igbo man across the Niger as my brother. In fact, at a time, I wanted to see if I can form something that can unify the Igbos across the Niger this way and those ones the other way. You understand? Because I've just discovered that people keep on denying themselves the truth. You understand? Like I said, sometimes even in Obiaruku here, I used to quarrel with some people. Like for instance, if I ask you, you are from where, you say you are from Obiaruku, I'll ask you again, you are from where? The reason being that when you say you are from Obiaruku, then you are from nowhere. Because nobody from Obiaruku that doesn't know where he came from. Like I said, I'm from Asia and we are the real owners of the land. Like the last question I asked, he said, you are from where? He said, from Obiaruku. I said, you are from where? He didn't talk. And I asked, so you are the people. He said, what do I mean? I said, you are the people that don't want to actually show off why where Obiaruku is from. He said, actually, I'm from Urobo land. I said, good, I know. Immediately, you cannot mention where you are from the second time. I know that you are the strangers.
Okay, let's talk about this dichotomy that is between the people here, like the relationship with the. I can understand that the Urobos have a boundary here. So how is their influence, and also how has it deepened the dichotomy, the identity dichotomy of the people of Ukuani?
Apart from selfish interest, those that migrated from Urobo land to here, it has nothing to do with Urobo land. It has something to do with the selfish interest of the people that came. Because the simple truth is that I think when they came, we were poor. We accepted them. We like accepting people that are rich and we serve them. We are very honest people. And I think they capitalize on that. For instance, I can remember 1980 something when we were in primary school, secondary school. The only people you hear their name in Obiaraku, trace all of them, they are all Urobo people. They are not son of the soil. You understand? And I believe till this day, they want to maintain that. They want to claim a land that is not theirs. If not, we are Igbos. But I think we have to get up. And we are beginning to get up. We're beginning to get up. It's unfortunate that it has happened. Yes, that poverty level is still there, but we need to stand up for what is right. You understand? So I think that is just the problem. The Urobo people are not the problem, but the people that migrated and refused to go. I see no reason why somebody will come to a place instead of accepting that you are a stranger or make do with the tradition of the people. You want to change because you want to claim you are from the place. Those are the people trying to change the history of Obiaruku and Akashada. Like I told one person the other day, why will a son of the soil want to be the king of Obiaruku to rule over Umwebu, knowing fully well that Umwebu is one of the Akashada sons that has part of Obiaruku. So if you actually read son of the soil and you fear the gods, why will you try to be a ruler to rule over your father? It shows that you are not son of the soil. You just want to change things, and that's just what is happening.
Wow. Um, well, I take the word you said that the people are rising up, the people are waking up
Yes.
to change things,
Yes.
and also to.
From the family level, from the community level, they are getting up. They are beginning to know the truth. They are beginning to see that going with the wrong history will not help matters. So they have to follow the truth. And the truth is that we are Igbos. There is nothing that can change that because from history it's just like that. You understand? You cannot live, you cannot migrate from the normal path and take a wrong path. It will not follow, it will not be straight. It can never work. It can never work.
Okay, still on the Ukuani people. What are the marital processes? If maybe someone wants to marry an Ukuani maiden, yeah, what are the marital processes? So that we let's compare, let's see the similarities with the general Igbos.
No, I think it's the same. It's the same. And I have to claim authority in this area by saying it's the same because I married an Igbo.
Where did you marry?
I married from Umuaya,
Umuahia,
Ibeku.
Ibeku.
Yes.
All right, your wife now is an Ibeku woman.
Yes. So the whole process is the same. There's nothing different.
Okay, that was the same thing that you, I mean, how you do it here is the same way they do it over there.
Yes.
Sometime we had this arguments, or somehow it filtered in actually that the Ndoni people, because we've gone to Obaibe Mandoni local government area of River State to ascertain what we are here for, so the identity dichotomy, and we had an information that the Andoni people migrated from Ukwani here. Have you heard something like that?
Yes. For sure, we know that Indonesian people are Ukwani, but I think they were wrongfully placed in River State. Because had it been that place in Delta State, they will be part of Ukwani, Ukwani, the three local governments of Ukwani land, like the Ndokwa, they will be part of Ndokwa East. Because we have Ndokwa East, Ndokwa West, and Ukwani as the Ukwani people in Delta State.
Okay, so in Ndokwa, they have a boundary with the Rivers people.
Yes, the Ndukwa is we have common boundary with the Rivers people,
And that is where.
unfortunately the Indone people are now the other side. So I think the Indone people are Ukwane people in River State.
Real.
Yeah.
All right. Like I said, I wouldn't want to waste much of your time. I mean, it's been a wonderful time with you. We are here in Ukwani, and we will still want to go into the communities to have opinions. You know, possibly get the people that sees themselves differently, and understand from them how, and maybe really understand their own story of migration. And at the end of the day, we believe that we will find out the truth about the people. Thank you.